Hello everybody, welcome to my live. Sorry I'm late. It is like 4 minutes after. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. I just get so far behind. You guys should see me running around the last 5 minutes before I go live. It's really interesting, shall we say. I mean, at 7 o'clock I was still ironing my shirt and I was like, oh no, this isn't good. Anyway, hello everybody. Thanks for joining me. I'm excited. New catalog starts tomorrow, so I have some fun things to show you tonight. So I'm just gonna catch my breath for a second. Hi, Jolene, and just relax for 1 second. Yeah, things got crazy. I have to finish fixing my pants. Aren't even fully over my feet. Okay, let's get us live on the iPad here so I can get things moving. Yeah, I think I got behind a dinner and it was kind of all downhill from there. And then, you know, things always go. So then, hi Roz. So then when I was getting everything going, you know, setting up the live, I was like, go slow, relax, don't make a mistake. Hi Sharon. And then I went to hit the live and my head was huge. All you could see was like this huge head. And I was like, oh no, something's wrong with that. What's going on with that? So, yeah, so then I had to start over. Anyway, I apologize. Here we are. It's beautiful. It's hot. It's sunny, as always, in San Antonio. I hope everybody had a nice 3-day weekend. Was everybody off for the holiday? Did y'all enjoy and have fun? Hi, Lisa. I hope y'all had a really good weekend. We did a lot of relaxing. We did some pool time before the rain every day, so that was good. Did a lot of crafting, always fun. Gotta love that. Okay, I guess let's get to it. Let me turn us around, and I have a couple things to show you before we get started. So, and my head's not giant anymore, so that's exciting. Oh, thanks, Raz. I appreciate that. I'm happy to be here. I love crafting with you guys. This is my relaxing, fun time, right? Okay, you guys, I have a new class, a spooky Halloween card class kit. If you're interested in that, this is fun. Let me first show you the projects that I have. So I'm doing a couple of new fun folds. Well, this one's not a new fun fold, but I've done this one before. So I have this cute little spooky card, and this one opens up. It's a twist and pop card, so that's kind of fun. So we've got this card. And then we have this one. I'm terrible with the names, so don't ask me the names, but it's like a little step card, which I thought was kind of cute, and just sets like that. So that's our second card. I have this card that I wanted to use this cute little thing right here, so we can just pop that up and say Halloween. So that is our third card that we're gonna make. And then after I finished all the projects, I had to do one more card. Hi, Barb. Because I realized I didn't use the flamingo, and we all know who loves flamingos, right? Miss Emmeline. So I was like, how can I do a card class without using the flamingo? So then I just put together this card at the end. So we have this little flamingo card. We've got a couple of treat bags because, you know, we have these iridescent treat bags, so let's use them. So we have this cute little treat bag. And then lastly, you know, guys, how I love my Target cookies, right? So we have a little cookie holder, and we've got our cute little Target cookies, which are finally, they're out right now. I feel like Target doesn't always get their stuff together super fast. So, and these, let me show you these cookies because, you know, I get excited about the little things, but I bought the cookie bin at Target that's got all the different ones. So look, we've got a ghost, we've got a bat, Frankenstein, a little spider web with a spider, and a kitty cat. So aren't those cute little cookies from Target? So I had to make a box for them. So we're gonna make that. Kind of the same format, you guys, as the card classes that I always do. You're gonna get 6 projects. So 4 cards, 2 treat holders, plus product valued at over $27. The product prices went up, so that's a little bit more expensive. But you're gonna receive a half pack of that Spooky Sweet DSP, a package of the Shimmer Star, let me see if I have any here to show you. I meant to pull this stuff out, but let me just see, because I think I have several packages of these shimmer stars. Here's one right here. Aren't these cute? I just love them. Who doesn't love a sparkly, glittery star? And they're soft because they're like foam. So you get a full package of that. And then you'll also get a roll of that beautiful Petunia Pop iridescent ribbon, which we use for most of the projects. Can you see how iridescent and pretty that is? So you get all those projects too. The price is $41 plus $7 for shipping. So it's $48 total. That includes tax and everything. The deadline is going to be September 12th. Okay, what's today, the 2nd? So we have 10 days to order if you're interested. Works the same way as my normal stuff. Just email me, text me, message me, just say you want the kit and I will send you an invoice. That easy. What you're going to need the bundle for Spooky Halloween, some stamp pads, Memento, Petunia Pop, and then some blends to color. So I have Pumpkin Pie, Petunia Pop, Granny Apple Green, Smoky Slate, and Crumb Cake. That's it. Super easy. Anything like any little tags or anything else, I will die cut for you. So all you need is the one bundle. Okay, let me put that away. And this will be in my email tomorrow, so you can have a closer look at it in the email if you would like to. Roz, I don't, but it's going to be a craft along, so I don't know if I mentioned that. So we're going to, the craft around, I'm going to ship the kits around the 22nd, and then we'll do a live on the 30th, which is our craft along. So if you guys get, yes, Lisa, thank you so much. I will send an invoice. We'll do the live on the 30th. So if you got the kit, you can craft along with us and make the projects as we go. And then the next day, Roz, I'll be sending out the, the project measurement sheet like I always do. So we'll have that. You guys, today is the last day to sign up for paper shares. If you're interested in my paper shares, again, this will be in the email. Well, it's not going to do, I guess I won't put it in the email for tomorrow because today's the last day, right? So that doesn't make any sense. But if you want to sign up tonight, it's the last day, $57 shipped, and you get to try out all these papers. Okay, it's papers only, but it's fun because sometimes, if you're watching a video from someone, you might want to just make one card, so you don't need a whole pack of paper for it, right? So I love the paper shares. I think it's a good idea. Okay, you guys, here's what we're doing tonight, right? New catalog tomorrow, so excited, and new online exclusive. This set is from the online exclusives, so we're going to make some cards tonight. We've got this pretty gather card that opens like this. So that's one of the cards we're going to make. Let me put it up a little bit closer. You can kind of see the detail. Kind of using the same products. This is a new fun fold for me. I hadn't done this type of gatefold before. So we've got this thankful card, and this opens up like this. I cannot get enough of this gorgeous paper with these beautiful gold, what do you call it? Accents, we'll say, but what's the word I'm looking for? Gold. It's not embossing. Foiling, gold foiling on these things. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to do this one, expressing heartfelt gratitude, and this one opens like this. Many thanks. We're going to use this embossing folder. Can you see the detail on that? How pretty that is. These colors are my jam. I love fall colors. I just love them. We're going to do this many thanks card, and not card. Sorry, treat box. Okay, this would be a great little gift for somebody if you want to give them a nice fall gift. And inside, I won't open it up, you'll see it when I do it, but what's in there, first I thought, let's do like a pumpkin spice treat. And so I was like focusing on biscotti, and I thought, oh, let's get some pumpkin spice biscotti, but it still might be a little early. I couldn't really get it. And then I found these are salted caramel biscotti. Have you guys tried these? Oh my goodness, they are absolutely delicious. It might fit a pen. It's kind of wide. It's like 1.5 inches wide, but you could put some foam in there or something. But trust me, these biscotti are delish. So that's a fall treat, right? Salted caramel, I feel like that's kind of a fall flavor too. All right, let me put these aside and let's get crafting. Okay, let's do the gather card first. This one's fairly easy. This is the Gathering Moments. This is an online exclusives coming out to customers tomorrow. You can see the nice sentiments, very thankful, gratitude, nice sentiments, right? And then you've got some beautiful leaves, acorn, little mushroom. I didn't use the mushroom. That's probably one of the only stamps I didn't use these two either. You can see all these little things, but I did use all these little branchy, leafy things, the acorn and these leaves. I think this is really fun. So this is the die set that goes with the bundle, and it cuts out all those images that we just talked about. And take a look at these larger leaves. So you guys, I have just been so short on time. I didn't have time to do this, but these, you can take this die and cut this out, either just the leaf or with this little insert inside of it, and it punches these little holes so you can put some either thread or twine through these holes and have a beautiful like sewn pattern into your leaf on the paper. So I wanted to do one just to look at it and play with it and see. There's two of the big leaves, like an oak leaf and a maple leaf. Just didn't have time, but I do want to play with it and see what that looks like. So that's kind of fun and different, right? I don't know, have there been sewing dies recently? Not since I joined Stampin' Up. I don't believe there's been one. Anyway, so let's put this aside. Excuse me. For the first card also, I'm going to use these nested essential dies, and we're going to use these outer kind of curved rectangles. All right, so we're going to use that. Here's our pieces for the first card. All right, so Cajun Craze, getting a lot of use in the fall from me, right? I'm using basic beige too. So I have this piece right here, and this is just going to be for stamping and die cutting. I have our card base, which, like I said, is Cajun Craze, and it's our usual, okay, lost my mind for a minute. This is 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and it's scored in the middle at 5 1/2. So our card's going to open this way. I have another piece of 5 1/4 by 4 basic beige that's going to be on the inside of our card. We're going to do some layers on the outside of the front. So we have our gold foil, okay, 5 1/4 by 4. And then we have this gorgeous DSP. Can you see how pretty? Gold foiling on it. And this DSP is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. All right, so this is going to layer right on here. We're just going to have a skinny gold border around it. So let's put that down. Yeah, I'm obsessed with this paper. So when, you can only order so much when you're a demonstrator. So tomorrow morning, I shall be ordering a lot more of this paper because I feel like it's something I'm always going to want and use. So there's our first layer. All right, now let's do the inside. I just have another piece of the DSP. We're just going to put at the bottom, nothing super fancy. You can what I think it would gather on the outside. I think it'd be nice to have a Happy Thanksgiving on the inside. If you can find a Happy Thanksgiving stamp, I'm sure we all have one somewhere from past kits. There's not one currently that I know of. So this is 4 inches by 3/4. And then we'll put this on the inside of our card. All right, there we go. I don't want to put this layer down yet because I'm going to tie some ribbon around it first. As a matter of fact, I can do that right now. So, and then we'll layer the other stuff on top. This beautiful gold mesh striped ribbon. Also get a lot of use in the fall and I think over Christmas because there's a lot of gold foiled paper coming out even for Christmas. So, and the other ribbon we're going to use tonight that's gold. Do you remember the gold and silver trim? This kind of skinny trim right here. This is on the last chance list and it's still there. So it's discounted, which is great. So if you don't have some of that, grab yourself some of that. I'm going to order some extra of that too because I like kind of a solid gold ribbon too, and we can keep using it until it sells out. So, I mean, if you're not doing live videos, you can use it even after that, of course, but I would like some in my stash because I love gold. Okay, so just a bow. I'm going to trim that up. I'm going to move it all the way to the side. Just a little bit more. Let me just curve my paper. All right, and maybe down just a little bit. All right, there we go. All right, next, let's do some stamping. We're going to do gather on here, and we're going to kind of do it all the way to the right side. We're going to do that in early espresso. Maybe. Okay, hold on. I'm looking, and I don't see the stamp. Did it have a little accident and fall down? Hold on a minute. Because it's going to be hard to stamp it if we don't have it. You know, I lay all my stamps out the day before. Hold on, maybe I didn't, since I made this one previously, maybe it's still in the case. This is not a new card I made, so it's probably still, yep, there it is. Phew! I thought maybe it fell down, because sometimes, even though there's no place for things to get lost, like, they get lost anyway, which is crazy. I finally found, remember I was telling you guys a few weeks ago, I lost my, what do you call this little mat thing? The words are not coming easy tonight. Well, anyway, I lost that little mat, and I couldn't find it. I finally ordered another one, and then it showed up between 2 packs of DSP. Crazy. Okay, I caught a little bit of the edge. That's what I don't like about the red rubber stamps, right? I'm going to just have to try and erase that off. Is they catch the edge sometimes, and it's not the stamp's fault. It's my fault because I push too hard. Sometimes I rock. Not cool. Okay, so let's start stamping leaves. All right, so let's start with the big one in crushed curry. So I need 2 of these. So we're going to do these. Yeah, I'm not sorry to see the red rubber stamps go, I'll be honest. I like the other ones much better. So we need 2 of these. All right. We're going to do in our Cajun Craze, we're going to do a couple of these right here. Now, we're stamping on basic beige, so it just, the colors aren't quite as bright when you do that. All right, we're going to stamp a couple leaves in early espresso, because if you can see in the DSP, we've got some early espresso leaves. So we're just kind of duplicating that. So we're going to go ahead with that. So 1 here. 1 more, and then lastly, these adorable little acorns in pecan pie. All right, look at this little cutie. So we need 2 acorns. All right, this is what we have all stamped out. Now get your dies. They all line up perfectly. And I'll just kind of show you so you can see. We've got this big one here for this sleeve. So you're going to have to run it through the die cutting machine twice because you have 2 of each, right? So this one goes here. This one fits perfectly here, and then the little acorn. There is one in the set that I didn't use on this card, but we'll use on another where there's 2 of the same die, so you can get out 2 at once, which is really nice. All right, so send these through your die cutting machine and cut out your pieces. And here's our pieces here. Let me see. Oops, wrong one. Wrong pile of pieces. All right, 1, 2, these guys. All right, there's all our pieces. Okay, let's take an eraser to this little guy and try and get my boo-boo off. The sand eraser usually works pretty good. I don't want to totally destroy the paper, but one more little area. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Can't see it now, right? Okay. This gets, I'm just going to use adhesive to put this piece on the border piece. Just do it flat. And then let's build on here. We're going to start with our 2 crushed curry leaves, and those are just going to go on either side like this. And I'm just going to adhere everything to make it quick and easy with my seal. So we're just going to arrange these. Let's do our Cajun Craze next. I'm going to move this one a little bit there. All right, now our early espressos. Okay, and lastly, we're going to put our acorns on. And we'll put one in the corner. We're going to pop this whole thing up onto our card. So this can go straight on. Oh, I usually refill these. This one's dead. Hopefully I have enough on the other one to get us through, or we'll be changing those out. All right. So yeah, autumn cards, Halloween cards, and before you know it, we're going to be making Christmas cards, right? It's going to be that time. We've already been trying to plan out who's going where for the holidays this year, who's coming here when, and where we're going to be for Christmas here or there. So there's been some discussion and debate. So we'll see. As long as we all get to be together, I don't care where we are, right? That's the bottom line. All right, this goes right here in the middle. All right, let's add some dots to this card. Now, the new Cajun Craze and gold dots are coming out tomorrow. Can you see the little bit of gold speckle in these? They're very, very pretty. All right. So I'm just going to use a medium and 2 smalls. All right, that's it, you guys. Card number 1 was pretty easy, right? That's it. All right. Let's do card number 2. And I think we're going to do the other gatefold one. So we're kind of doing similar things for this one, just a little bit different layout. Okay, on this one we're going to add, I'm going to use this circle right here for the early espresso to cut that one out. And these are the Spotlight on Nature dies, and then we have Stylish Shapes dies, and I'm going to use this circle right here that's going to be the inner layer on that. Okay, so we're going to add that. If you guys get the card kit, I say this every week, like a broken record. But, you know, people need to know that I offer these kits. You can get these card kits with a $50 or more purchase on my website. You have to name me as your demo for the order by Saturday. And then you'll receive this week's make and takes free, or you can purchase them for $22 if you don't want to place an order. And this is how it comes. They come in envelopes. This is how they're cut. I cut all the shapes that aren't part of the bundle. So you have those, so you don't have to have a whole bunch of different sets. Makes it nice and easy. And it's already cut for you, so it's easy to make the cards, right? All right, basic white for doing the same thing we just did, just with some different colors, stamping and die cutting. This is going to be our base. So this card base is a little different this time. Let me pull, when it comes out too, I put the inside and the inside, the outside and the outside, and usually the back layer is what you're going to stamp on. Okay, so we have Cajun Craze. Now this piece of Cajun Craze is 11 inches by 5.5, and then it's scored at 1 1/4, 5.5, and 9 1/4. Okay, then you're going to fold it. This one goes in, this goes in, and then this goes back. All right, so we've got like that double fold. Can you see how that worked? This one goes in, this one goes in, and then you fold this one back, and this one's actually going to go, this flap goes underneath. So that's our card base for this. Oh, thanks, Lisa. I appreciate that. I appreciate you saying my kits are the best. That's so sweet. Okay, so these are going to be our inside pieces, and I guess we can do the inside first because, you know, sometimes I like to do that. Okay, so let me kind of go over some of the measurements. This is 5 1/4 by 4. All right, this is a 1/2 inch by 4 inch, and this one is a little bit longer. I'm just going to cut it down. So if yours comes longer, just trim it. All right, so on the inside, we're also going to put that DSP on these sides. So these are 5 1/4 by 3.5, and this is 5 1/4 by 1. So you're going to cut 2 pieces of each of those, one for the inside and one for the outside. Did I put anything? Let me look on the inside again. I didn't stamp anything here, but of course you can stamp something there or just leave it open for writing if you would like. All right, so let's finish the inside first. I think it's a really pretty card to give someone. I like to send out Thanksgiving cards to family members who I'm not going to see on Thanksgiving, like my mom in Hawaii, you know, or my brothers. I don't know if I'm going to see my dad for Thanksgiving this year because I don't know if we're going to Chicago for Thanksgiving. It's not looking like we are. But I know I get to see my dad for Christmas if we go to Chicago for Christmas. So everything is pending. But anyway, I guess my point is I like to send some Thanksgiving cards. All right, that's it. That's what our inside looks like. Our inside is all done. Now we need to work on our outside. Okay, so we have some more layers. First of all, let's start with, I have this belly band. This is Cajun Craze. This is 10 inches by 1 1/4. We have the same pieces of DSP that we had on the inside. So 5 1/4 by 3.5. That one's going to go here. 5 1/4 by 1. That's going to go on the skinnier outside piece. And then we have this piece of the DSP. Can you see like these little brown circles? And this is the other side where you have kind of a nice foiled plaid with the fall colors. So we're going to use the brown side, and that's going to go like that. All right, so let's put these pieces down. Look at this pattern too. I'm in love with this pattern on the back. Isn't that pretty? But that's also the same pattern as the embossing folder. And we're going to use that on the next card. All right, so that one's going there. I struggled a little bit when I was designing this card for which patterns to put where. Played with all kinds of different options, and this is kind of where I landed on it. And I'm happy with it. I like it. Okay, that's pretty much it. Our card base is complete. Now we can start working on our belly band. So our belly band, I'm not sure of the exact measurements when you do a belly band, so I usually just wrap it myself. So I'm just going to start right here and wrap it right here. And it's just going to come forward and overlap like this. And then our circle is going to be right over it, right like that. All right. So now I'm going to take it off, and I kind of have where the folds are, and I'm just going to make it a little crisper so it looks nicer. And by doing it like by hand like that, I feel like you get it so it's just the right, it's not too tight, it's not too loose. So it slides up and down really nicely. So let's put it back on, and we will go ahead and add a little adhesive. And make sure it's pretty even. Okay, now we've got a nice, it's a little snug, which is good, so it's not going to fall off, but it slides nice and easily. All right, so we've got that. All right, these are the two pieces we're going to build on for our belly band, which is going to go right in the middle right here. So I'm just going to put this down, basic white. Oh, I didn't. All right, good thing I found this mat, right? I'm just going to put it on here because I still have to stamp on it. All right, time to do the stamping. So I did Thankful for You right here, but it's just one line in the stamp. Can you see how it's just one line? So we're going to have to tape it off to get it to look that way. All right, so I want to do the Thankful part first. So I'm going to tape off the For You. You can see how I just have a little bit of Post-it tape there. I'm going to get out my Cajun Craze. And then I'm going to pick up my ink on Thankful, remove my tape, and then put the Thankful where I think it should be, which I think is right about here. Again, going to the right because we're going to put flowers on the left. Okay, can you see how we have that right so far? All right, let's clean the stamp. Make sure it's nice and dry. Hopefully my pants aren't linty at all. And now we're going to tape off the other half. So now we want to tape off the Thankful part and leave the For You. You see how I've got that there? All right, taking this off. Now, here's where it gets tricky. I want to make sure I put my For You in the right place. I'm going to pull it down. I know you can't see it too well because I need to be over it a little bit because I kind of want it straight, and I want to just go straight up and down and not rock and leave any marks this time. All right, there we go. I think that looks pretty good. We did it. Now I can go ahead and put this, add a little more glue on our circle, and we'll start building off of that. Okay, there we go. All right, let's stamp our little things again. This time I mixed it up a little bit. We did things a little bit different, which means I need to clean all my stamps. I stuck with the same crushed curry, the big leaf again. I only need one this time. So we've got that one. This time I made these leaves in crushed curry. I did early espresso last time. This time we're going to do, not crushed curry, Cajun Craze. So we'll do 2 of those. All right. Next, this one right here, I'm bringing in a new color. This time I'm doing Old Olive. So this paper is actually not the same paper as the other card. This one's got the Old Olive leaves in it. So it's a little bit different paper, and it doesn't, I don't know, it's just a little bit different. There's like 3 different pattern papers with the leaves and stuff, and all 3 of them are different. So Old Olive, let's do a couple of those. All right. The new one this time is the one that I'm doing in early espresso. And it's just these little berry looking ones. All right, and lastly, we have to do another pecan pie acorn. This acorn would be really cute. Is there an acorn that comes with that new squirrel? You know, there's a squirrel punch and a squirrel stamp set. I can't remember the exact name of it. And I was kind of like, I don't know. I already have a squirrel stamp. I don't know if I want it, but I've seen a couple things now, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cute. And this acorn would be cute with it. I would assume it probably comes with one. I don't know. Okay, so same thing. Die cut all these pieces. This is the one that there's 2 dies for. You can cut those at once. You can see these, how pretty. You can see the colors are a little more vibrant on the white than on the basic beige. Okay, so here are our pieces over here. All right, and we're just going to do the same thing we did before. I need a drink of water. Hold on 1 second. Oh, paper. Oh, you're right, Renee. Oh, Jolene, you're right. There's an acorn on the punch. You're right. I forgot about that. And then, let's see. Nope, these are the, oh yeah. So is this looks like an acorn, right? These are the Circle of Season dies that were the add-on. But this top looks like you could make, it could be a strawberry or it could be an acorn, right? Am I wrong about that? You can make it a strawberry or an acorn. You just don't have to do the seed part. Look at this cute little leaf in here too. Okay, anyway, getting distracted. Distracted by an acorn. Let's do the green ones next. We're not going to have fall till December here, so, but I think I'm going to get a little bit of fall and some of my trips to Chicago this fall, so that'll be lovely. I do miss the fall, I'll be honest. And especially because it's still been hot. I think the next 3 days are going to be 100 degrees again here in San Antonio. Like, not complaining, but I am complaining a little bit. Because, like, do we need to be 100 in September? I don't think so. I can't wait till we get to, like, the 80s. That's going to be lovely. That'll probably happen at the end of September. And October is usually a gorgeous month here. It'll be nice mid-80s in October. That'll be lovely. Okay. Acorn going on. All right. Show you that up close, how that looks. All right, so we're going to put that on our belly band. I'm just going to, oh, ribbon. Must have ribbon. Same ribbon. Let's just tie it around the belly band. Now, if you want to add just a little bit to secure it in place, I like to do that so it doesn't move a lot. And I think I'm wasting a little bit of ribbon here. I want to order some more of this ribbon tomorrow too. I'm going to say, if you guys like all the products they have right now with all of this gold foiling, the Christmas and the fall stuff, stock up right now on your gold foil sheets. They're, what, you get 2 12 by 12 sheets for $5. It's inexpensive. And that's one that I worry about because everybody's going to be using the gold because it coordinates with everything, them running out of stock on, right? So I am stocking up on my gold. All right. I think we have enough room to put that right here. Although I feel like I want it over just a little bit. Now I've glued it in place. So that's what I get. Let me see if I can lift this just a little and move it. Okay, I think that's good. It's totally on the edge now. All right, now you can either use dimensionals or you can use your seal. I use seal on the first card, but I'm going to add some dimensionals this card because I know it's going to hold it really strong. So I'll just put some above and below the ribbon. You guys are funny with the squirrels. Yeah, I don't see too many squirrels here, I'll be honest. But at home, gosh, we had squirrels. Or why am I saying at home? I mean, it's not like I don't live here, but in Chicago, so many squirrels. All right, let's try and get the words straight. Go over just a tiny bit. All right, now I thought for embellishment when I was making this card that I would add some of these beautiful, beautiful flower accents. They're just, I don't know, the gold is kind of sparkly and it's just a nice gold. So let's add some of those. This one is just 2 sizes, large and small. So we'll use both the sizes, and I think they just really add a nice accent. I probably need to get more of these too for when we start Christmas cards. Okay, you guys like this one? I think it's really pretty. I like this one. This one might be my favorite. All right, card number 2, all finished. Wow, Lisa. Okay, so your trees are already turning. You're in Pennsylvania. They keep saying that means an early snow. As early as October. No, no snow in October. That's not right. Let's do this one next. Wow, no October snow. I could barely handle December snow when it came in December. Okay, now you guys, on this next one, I was looking for a nice label for this expressing heartfelt gratitude. And what I came across is a new set of labels that's coming out. And this is a pretty set. It's traditional labels dies. There's a stamp set to go with it. I'm not going to dig for it right now. I should have pulled it out, but I didn't. But anyway, look at how extraordinary these dies are, right, for labels, because they all have pretty dotting and stitching, and they're all in really pretty shapes. So this is probably going to be another favorite. So I use this one right here. Again, this is traditional labels coming out tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Roz. So that's what I used for that. Here is our kit, our little pieces here. Okay, so let's just kind of go through it. So on this one, you're taking a standard card base, so early espresso, and what I did, let me see if I have the other piece here. So this was like this, okay? So 8.5, 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. That's our standard card base, and it looks like this. I just cut it diagonally from corner to corner on my little paper trimmer, and so you're just cutting it in half, corner to corner on this side, okay? So now you're going to have a flap that looks like a triangle in the front, okay? So we've got that. This is another piece from that same beautiful DSP. Look at this side too. Oh, so pretty. So this is a nice plaid. It's got some Cajun craze in it. And so this piece is 5 1/4 by 4, and that's just going to go in the background back here. So let's put that down. I should have showed you all the beautiful papers that go. Have you guys seen this paper? It's really pretty. Let me see. Mine's kind of a mess. I still have it in a pile from, I ordered some more of those folders today to keep my papers in. So it's still in a pile. But you can see even the other sides are just really nice designs. I think we're using most of the papers tonight. What we're not using is this one right here. And this could even go to Christmas, right? So on this side, you kind of have this brownish wood looking. And look at this, again, with the gold and the olive, old olive. That is so pretty. But plenty of pieces with the gorgeous leaves. Just super pretty fall colors. Okay, sorry that's such a mess. Okay, next. For the front, I took a piece of Cajun craze. And so this piece of Cajun craze was 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And then I cut it corner to corner, right in the same way. And then I put it through the embossing machine. And hold on one second, let me run across and see if the folder's there. I left it over there. So this is the embossing folder. Isn't that pretty? Look how big it is too. So I just lined this up along the bottom line here. With the Stampin' Up side up. I learned that the hard way. And then you get this beautiful embossed piece like this. Can you see the detail in that? The nice texture. So that's going to go on our little flap in the front. There we go. All right, just like that. Perfect. Now our inside card, back to Early Espresso, and this piece of Early Espresso is 8x3, and it's scored at 4 and half at 4. So that's going to open like this. This is going to go right in here. So you're going to, you know, open it this way, up and over like that. So let's build this piece first. So you can see the one that I finished here. It says many thanks inside, so we're going to stamp that, and then we can put these inside layers together. So let's do that. We need many thanks and Early Espresso. Oh, do you see I did it again? Straight up and down and not too hard. All right, I was more worried about where I was lining it up and not paying close attention. Phew, much better. All right, as long as we've got this out, let's do the other sentiment, expressing heartfelt gratitude. I only have one of these dies cut, so, you know, no pressure, but this one has to be good. Here is the stamp for that. Don't mess it up. Okay. All right, so we have 2 pieces of Cajun Craze because it's the same measurements on the inside as the outside, okay? So the 2 pieces of Cajun Craze are 3 3/4 by 2 3/4, all right? And then on the inside, we have basic white, and this basic white is 3 1/2 by 2 1/2, and then this piece of the other side of this DSP is the same size, which is 3 1/2 by 2 1/2, okay? So they're both going to have a Cajun Craze border on them. All right, finger check. Make sure I don't have ink. I feel like I'm on the brink. All right, this piece, and this is going to go on the front. So I'll just put that aside for a second. All right, so this can go right on the inside now. And I think, yeah, that's all I did with that. I didn't get fancy. I didn't put any, it's kind of small, so I didn't put any more DSP at the bottom because I figured you do need some room to write. Okay, so that's the inside. This is going to go on the outside right here of our little mini card. I love these fall colors. These are so pretty. Okay, there we go. Now, the other thing I did was, you guys, I used something else. This is on last chance, so if you don't have it, you should get one because it's going to go soon, is this bow punch, all right? And this is kind of underutilized. I didn't use it as much as I should have. Okay, but I did the bigger in gold, so I just took some gold foil. And if you get the kit, I'm going to punch these out for you already, okay? So you don't have to have this punch to make these cards. But why wouldn't you want it, right? And then these 2 little ones, I did one in Cajun Craze and one in Early Espresso. Okay, so we're just going to put those behind our sentiment. All right, let us get some ribbon next. Again, this is the silver and gold trim on last chance. So let's not waste as much ribbon this time. This is the one that I always have a little bit of trouble with because of my nails and my fat fingers. So I need a little help holding this down to get it tight. So I'm just going to take my reverse tweezers and hold it. maybe I didn't use enough ribbon this time. See? I can't get it right. Too much ribbon, too little ribbon. It's okay, we just wanted a small bow anyway, right? Let's just trim up the edges so they look pretty. That wasn't a very good angle. All right, so we have our little bow. I'm gonna move it down a little bit. I want it kind of more at the bottom. Come on. All right, maybe just a little bit lower. All right, so we've got that down there. Okay, let's use some dimensionals and put this on. Now, when I put this on, I'm going to put my little bows over here. So right here, I don't really want to put any dimensionals in this corner here. So I'll just stick some over here and it'll be fine. So nice short week. Tomorrow's hump day already. I'm excited about that, right? Oh my. That's not straight. It kind of goes right to the edge on either side, just a tiny bit over, but I think that's okay where it's at. So I'm just going to use, I think I'm going to use some glue dots to put this on. I'm just going to pick one up and put it behind. I think I'm going to use 2 on this part. So I'll put one right here. I'm kind of smushing them up a little bit because they're kind of big. And just like that. So let's put this one in the background first. I want to kind of just stick up a little bit here. All right, now let's put our 2 other little guys. I'm going to try and roll one of the glue dots because these are very skinny right here, and just put it right on there and slide this one in. All right, last one. Let's roll another one. Okay, let's see how that looks, nice and skinny. Not that it's going to matter because the stem's going to be behind anyway, so, but, okay. Just like that. You can see it kind of up close what we've got there. All right, now this is going to go in the middle, but we want to make sure it's high enough so it clears. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it and see where it, fortunately I have these lines in the DSP that are kind of a grid, right? So it's going to be just a little bit below that peachy colored one. Okay, so let's add some adhesive. We know where to put this now. So right below there and kind of in the middle. Now before I press it down too hard, let's double check. All right, that's perfect. We're good. All right, more Cajun Craze dots. Don't ask me what I have against the big ones. I just not using them. And one right there. All right, easy but pretty, right? So there we go. There's our other card. Okay. All right. Hold on, I'm looking to see. Oh, thanks for the hearts, you guys. Oh, okay, Renee. Rachel Tessman made a bow with her $1 million stamp set to go with the punch. Okay. I do have that stamp set too. Oh, wow, that's cool. All right, you guys, last one. Let's do our little box. This is super easy box to do, and I think it's pretty cute, right? If you want to thank someone for something, or you could put happy birthday on it, or any sentiment that you would like. So, all right, so for the sentiment, I use this die right here. Now, Unbounded Love Dies. When I was doing my measurements last night, I was looking for these. These are gone. You guys, these are gone now. They're not even available. So I apologize, but I'm still going to put it in your kit if you get the kit from me. I'll still die cut it ahead of time. But in the meantime, find something else. Even the Stylish Shapes die would work okay, I think, with this sentiment. So I apologize for that. Using something retired. I can't keep up. The stuff, I truly can't keep up. It's hard. I feel like when I'm making stuff, I always have to go on and check on the website and see, is it still there? Is it not still there? That's the only way I know now. It used to be easier because you'd go through the last chance list and cross stuff off and get rid of it, but no, different now. Okay, you guys, Cajun Craze again. Are you surprised? So this piece is 9 by 6.5. All right, nice rectangle, 9 inches by 6.5. So we're going to score on the 9-inch side, this long side right here, we're going to score it at 1.5 and 7.5. So 1.5 inches from both sides. Okay, we've got our 2 score lines there. Then we're going to score it in 4 places over here. So these are basically, we're doing 1.5 inches, right? So we have 1.5 inches, then we have 3 inches, 4.5, and 6. All right, so we have, these are like 1.5 inch wide rectangles, and then you have a 1/2 inch on the side for the box. I know it's hard to see with the glare. I apologize for that. All right, so once, and if you get the kit, I will have cut this to the right size and also done the scoring for you. So that'll already be done. All right, next, let's go through and just do all our folds. This way, and then these 2 this way. Okay, so this is what our box is going to look like. It's going to fold up like this. This is going to be the flap over the side like this. Okay, we need to do some cutting though. So on these shorter sides here, let me get a pair of scissors. We're going to cut these into the first score line. So we're just going to cut all 4 going in. Okay, now this one we don't need at all. So this little skinny one I'm cutting off. All right, now we're going to do some pie wedges on these. So this is going to be our front flap. Let's do a little corner cutting right here. That'll make it prettier. We're going to do both sides. This will be a flap that goes inside the box, or outside the box, I guess you would say. So we're going to cut our little pie wedges here. All right, so so far you can see what we've got here. All right, this one right here, the second one over, I'm going to leave this one straight, and then so we're going to do pie wedges in all of them except for that one. Am I confusing y'all? Sorry. I'm kind of doing this. I'm going back and forth all over the place. Okay, so this is what we have so far, right? We've got this one wedged out, this one straight, wedged, and this last wedge one that's by the front flap, we're going to cut it to kind of match the front flap like this. Okay, so this is going to be the front top. Let's go back the other way, and I'll flip it over so we can do the same exact thing. So cut these first. Cut off the little one because we don't need it. We're going to do the front flap like that. We're going to cut this one and this one. This second one is the one we're going to leave as a square. And just do the other 2. So this one right here. And then lastly, we're going to cut this one to match the front flap again, like this. Okay, let's get rid of all these little pieces and show you what we have. So you can kind of see how we ended up with, these are the square ones here. Everything else has the little pie wedges cut out, and then for the top of the box we have these skinny little, this is kind of messy, I got to clean that up a little, these little flaps right here. Okay, all right, let's glue. So this is going to go like this. So on the side, I'm going to put these two on the inside of it so that the square is on the outside of the box. Make it kind of neat. All right. All right, let's start. Should we use some glue? I think I did glue, but I think I'm going to use the Stampin' Seal Plus just for the sake of not having to wait for it to dry here. So this one goes on first. This one, let me put a little glue here. Sorry, I feel like I'm being very confusing tonight. And it shouldn't be confusing. So just butt the two edges up against each other, and then this one just folds up like this, okay? We're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to do the inside one like that, and then we can put those together, the edges against the edges. We're going to add a little bit more here and fold this one up. All right, nice and neat. We have our nice little rectangular box. We're going to get a treat, and you can see it fits nicely in here, just perfectly. So we have our little treat in here. This is just going to close up. So you can either tuck these two side ones in and just have the front hanging over if you want to, like this. Or you can leave on the outside if you want the outside flaps, which I think looks a little bit neater. And we're going to hold it closed with ribbon. Okay, so there's our box. Now we're decorating. The decorating is easy because we're not doing that much. So I just have 3 pieces. This is the back side of these, so you can tell which piece of paper these were from the DSP. So all of these are 5 3/4 by 1 1/4. So we're going to do front, back, and top. Now, if you want to get crazy, hold on, I'll put that one away. If you want to get crazy, you can do the little sides as well, or even the bottom if you want to do the bottom, up to you. But I just did these. So front, like that. So let's do the back. Let's see which piece is prettier. I think that one. So we'll do the prettiest one for the top. All right. Super easy, right? This didn't take too long. Whoops. Well, now it's going to take long because I said that. Come on, get on there straight. Okay. Perfect. More ribbon. All right. Can I get it right this time? Too much, too little, or just right? So again, to the side, we're going to do this. Not too far to the side, maybe right about here. Okay, so we've got a bow here. Now we're going to do many thanks here in Cajun Craze, and I think I need to wash that. All right. Hopefully that's dry before I put it in there. You guys, I rocked it again. I'm just, well, I don't know if I can really flip it over because you're going to see it on the other side since it's just a tag, right? So let me get my die and die cut another one because I want it to look nice. So hold on a second. Now, normally I have a backup when I do this, but I didn't do that today. No backup. So let's get out the die cutting machine. mess it up this time. Ooh, I've got some cutting plates that are new. I don't know where the other ones are. All right, so what do we need? I usually have them set up already. So 1, 2, 3, I think. If you guys have a mini machine, they're awfully handy. I've got my little blue one too, but this is the one I have close to me, so that's why we're using this one. Sorry for the delay. Always cut an extra if you're going to be live. That's the lesson here. Okay. I have my craft room set up that all I ever really have to do is swivel and I can reach everything. Is that terrible? I don't know. I'm lazy. I don't want to have to get up a million times. All I have to do is swivel. I can reach pretty much everything. All right, let's try that again. Straight up and down. Duh. Ugh. All right, now there's a new little punch, and it comes in a set of 3. Let me see if I have all 3 right here. So cute, right? You have this 1/8 inch little circle. It's 1/8 inch. You've got this little slot, and you have this too. So it comes in a set of 3. So I'm just going to use it to do a small little punch right about here. And that way we can put it on. I'm going to use some of this gold ribbon and just put it through here. And then we're just going to tie it around the bow and make another bow. Got a nice pretty gold double bow. I would love to be at work and somebody just to come up to me and hand me a nice cute little fall box with a biscotti in it. That sounds awesome, right? Okay, that's it. That was super easy, right? Except for my bad stamping. Okay, let's take back and take a look at our projects. Let me know if you want the kit this week, and I will get those cut and sent out. And the kit will be for all 4 of these projects. Got a couple of fun folds, our cute little biscotti box. All right, that's it. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. Tomorrow morning on my email, I'll be sending out the project measurement and supply sheet. It'll have all the measurements on it with pictures of the cards as well. If you guys are watching me on Facebook, which I think pretty much everyone is right this minute, because I posted to YouTube later, and you want to come back, you know, Facebook now deletes after 30 days your videos, but they're always on YouTube. They never go away on YouTube, so you can always go on my YouTube channel and find the video there if you get the kit and you want to go back and kind of craft along or see how we did everything. Lastly, just remember the Fall for 12 only goes through September 10th. So if you want to get this paper pumpkin kit, and look at, who was saying that look at the acorn stamp in the paper pumpkin too. Cool. All right, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I will talk to you. I'll be back next week with, I think, some more fallish cards. You guys have a great rest of the week. All right. Bye, everybody.